Greetings, I'm Enigmadness, your narrator on this dark odyssey through the most enigmatic stories. Join me as we delve into the hidden chronicles behind the top 10 famous haunted house stories, where the echoes of the past continue to haunt the present. 1. The Amityville Horror House. The Amityville Horror House is perhaps the most famous haunted house in America, inspiring numerous books and films. The story begins in 1974 when Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his entire family in their sleep at the house located at 112 Ocean Avenue. 13 months later, the Lutz family moved in, only to flee 28 days later, claiming to have been terrorized by malevolent spirits. The Lutzes reported strange occurrences, including cold spots, foul odors, and bizarre sounds. George Lutz claimed to have woken up every night at 3:15 a.m., the exact time of the DeFeo murders. The family also witnessed demonic apparitions, green slime oozing from the walls, and even levitation of the family members. Their harrowing experiences were documented in Jay Anson's book, The Amityville Horror, which solidified the house's reputation as a portal to the supernatural. The story's authenticity has been widely debated, with some skeptics dismissing it as a hoax. However, the sheer terror the Lutz family endured, whether real or imagined, has made the Amityville Horror House a symbol of paranormal activity and one of the most infamous haunted houses in history. 2. The Winchester Mystery House. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, is not only known for its bizarre architecture, but also for the ghostly legends that surround it. The sprawling mansion was built by Sarah Winchester, widow of the firearm magnate William Wirt Winchester. Sarah believed she was haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles and began construction on the house in 1884 to appease these restless souls. The mansion is filled with architectural oddities, including staircases that lead to nowhere, doors that open into walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. Sarah Winchester's obsession with continuous construction, which lasted until her death in 1922, was fueled by her belief that the constant building would confuse the spirits and keep her safe. Visitors and employees of the Winchester Mystery House have reported numerous paranormal experiences, including sightings of shadowy figures, disembodied voices, and strange occurrences that defy explanation. The house remains a popular tourist attraction, drawing those curious about the mysterious and haunted history of this peculiar estate. 3. The Borley Rectory. Dubbed the most haunted house in England, Borley Rectory was notorious for its eerie reputation long before it was destroyed by fire in 1939. Built in 1862, the rectory gained notoriety in the early 20th century when paranormal investigator Harry Price documented a series of terrifying hauntings. The most famous ghost associated with Borley Rectory is that of a nun, who was said to have been bricked up alive in the walls of the building as punishment for having a romantic relationship with a monk. Over the years, residents of Borley Rectory reported numerous supernatural phenomena, including mysterious footsteps, ghostly apparitions, and objects moving on their own. Harry Price's investigations revealed even more bizarre occurrences, such as messages appearing on the walls, unexplained fires, and a phantom carriage that was often seen on the grounds. Even after the rectory was destroyed, the legends surrounding Borley persisted, with reports of ghostly sightings and unexplained phenomena continuing in the area. Despite some skeptics dismissing the hauntings as fabrications, Borley Rectory remains one of the most famous haunted houses in England, with a legacy that has inspired countless ghost stories and investigations. 4. The Monte Cristo Homestead. The Monte Cristo Homestead, located in Junee, New South Wales, is often referred to as the most haunted house in Australia. Built in 1885, this Victorian mansion has a dark history, filled with tragic events and death, contributing to its eerie reputation. The original owners, the Crawley family, experienced a series of misfortunes, and it is said that their spirits, along with those of their unfortunate servants, still linger in the halls. The hauntings at Monte Cristo are as varied as they are terrifying. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures, hearing disembodied footsteps, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. The ghost of Mrs. Crawley, who reportedly never left the house after her husband's death, is said to be the most active spirit. She has been seen walking through the rooms, often in a black dress, and her presence is usually accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature. The Homestead is now a museum, and it continues to draw paranormal enthusiasts and curious tourists alike. The eerie atmosphere and the numerous reports of ghostly encounters have solidified Monte Cristo's status as one of the most haunted locations in the Southern Hemisphere. 5. The Myrtles Plantation. The Myrtles Plantation, located in St. Francisville, Louisiana, is steeped in history and mystery. Built in 1796, the plantation is rumored to be home to at least 12 ghosts, the most famous of which is Chloe, a former slave who was allegedly hanged by the other slaves for poisoning the plantation owner's children. Her spirit is said to haunt the plantation, appearing in photographs and sometimes seen wandering the grounds. Visitors to the Myrtles Plantation have reported a wide range of paranormal activity, including strange noises, ghostly apparitions, and objects moving on their own. The plantation's most famous ghostly tale is that of the haunted mirror, which is said to hold the spirits of Sarah Woodruff and her children, who were poisoned by Chloe. It is believed that the mirror traps their souls, and visitors have reported seeing handprints and faces appear in the glass. The Myrtles Plantation continues to operate as a bed and breakfast, offering guests the chance to experience the eerie ambiance and perhaps encounter one of the many spirits that are said to call the plantation home. The combination of its tragic history and frequent reports of ghostly activity has earned it the title of one of America's most haunted homes. 6. The Villisca Axe Murder House. The Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca, Iowa, is the site of one of the most gruesome unsolved murders in American history. On June 10, 1912, the Moore family and 2 overnight guests were brutally murdered in their sleep by an unknown assailant. The house has since become infamous for the brutal crime and the alleged paranormal activity that followed. Since the murders, the Villisca Axe Murder House has been the site of numerous ghostly sightings and unexplained phenomena. Visitors have reported hearing the sounds of children crying, doors opening and closing on their own, and seeing shadowy figures throughout the house. Some have even claimed to hear the sound of an axe being dragged across the floor, a chilling reminder of the horrific events that took place there. Today, the house is a museum and a popular destination for paranormal investigators. The unresolved mystery of the Villisca Axe murders, combined with the reports of ghostly activity, has solidified the house's reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the United States. 7. The Chateau de Brisac. The Chateau de Brisac, located in the Loire Valley of France, is not only known for its stunning architecture and rich history, but also for its infamous ghost, the Green Lady. The chateau dates back to the 11th century and has seen its share of drama and tragedy, most notably the murder of Charlotte de Brisac by her husband, Jacques de Brisac, after discovering her infidelity. The ghost of Charlotte, known as the Green Lady, due to the color of the dress she was wearing when she was killed, is said to haunt the halls of the chateau. Visitors have reported seeing her wandering the tower room and hearing her moans echoing through the castle. The eerie presence of the Green Lady has been a source of fascination for many who visit the chateau, hoping to catch a glimpse of the infamous ghost. The Chateau de Brisac remains one of the most haunted castles in France, attracting those interested in both its historical significance and its ghostly legends. The story of the Green Lady continues to be told, adding to the mystique of this beautiful yet eerie chateau. 8. The Ancient Ram Inn. The Ancient Ram Inn, located in the small village of Watton-under-Edge in Gloucestershire, England, is considered one of the most haunted buildings in the country. Built in 1145, the inn has a dark history, including connections to pagan rituals, child sacrifices, and witchcraft, which many believe have contributed to its paranormal activity. The inn's former owner, John Humphreys, claimed to have experienced countless encounters with malevolent spirits, including being dragged out of bed by an unseen force. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling sudden drops in temperature. The most infamous room in the inn is the Bishop's Room, where several people have reported terrifying encounters with spirits. The ancient Ram Inn has attracted paranormal investigators from around the world, all of whom have been drawn to its dark history and the numerous reports of ghostly activity. The inn's reputation as one of the most haunted places in England continues to grow, making it a must-visit location for those intrigued by the paranormal. 9. The Sallie House. The Sallie House, located in Atchison, Kansas, is notorious for the terrifying experiences reported by its former residents and visitors. The house gained its eerie reputation in the 1990s when the Pickman family moved in and began experiencing increasingly violent paranormal activity, which they believed was caused by the spirit of a little girl named Sally. The Pickmans reported strange occurrences such as items being thrown, unexplained scratches appearing on their bodies, and disturbing apparitions. The haunting became so severe that the family eventually moved out, but the activity continued for those who visited the house. Paranormal investigators who have visited the Sallie House have reported being attacked by unseen forces, and many have captured eerie voices and ghostly images on their equipment. The Sallie House remains a popular destination for those seeking to explore the darker side of the paranormal. Its reputation as one of the most haunted houses in America continues to draw attention from ghost hunters and curious tourists alike. 10. The Bell Witch Cave. The Bell Witch Cave is the site of one of the most famous hauntings in American history. The legend of the Bell Witch began in the early 19th century when John Bell and his family were tormented by an unseen entity on their farm in Adams, Tennessee. The spirit, which became known as the Bell Witch, would terrorize the family with physical attacks, strange noises, and even prophetic visions. The Bell Witch's activity became so intense that it eventually led to John Bell's death in 1820, an event that the witch is said to have predicted. After his death, the spirit's activity subsided, but the legend lived on, with many believing that the witch's presence remains in the area, particularly in the nearby cave. The Bell Witch Cave is now a popular tourist attraction, with visitors reporting strange occurrences and ghostly sightings. The legend of the Bell Witch has inspired numerous books, films, and investigations, solidifying its place as one of the most famous haunted locations in the United States. And so concludes this intriguing yet terrifying journey through the top 10 famous haunted house stories. Each haunted location we've explored reminds us of the thin veil between the living and the dead, where the echoes of the past continue to haunt the present. But remember, these stories don't end here. They linger in the shadows of your consciousness, waiting to be uncovered once more. If you've enjoyed this experience and want more stories like this, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to join us on our next journey into the unknown. Until the next adventure, intrepid explorers.